Let's first add a background color to our web page. So let us use the background color property, and let's add a black color maybe. Yep. So let's add black. Let's save this. Now we need to reference this main.css page inside our index.html document. So to do that, remember that I think you do remember that we included a style sheet using the link tag inside the head section. Now inside, similarly, we'll do the same thing in here. We'll be using the link tag, and we'll use the rel or the relationship attribute, and we'll tell the browser that we are going to use a style sheet for this page. So you'll see there are numerous of them, and at the end we have got this style sheet, and we are going to use another attribute called the href. Now the href, like what we have seen inside this anchor tag, this will reference the file path of the CSS file that we are going to load onto this web page. So this will tell the browser to look at a folder or to look at some place inside the file system relative to this document, to this index.html document that we are working on. It will look at the directory relative to this document, and it will find that there is a CSS style sheet called main.css. So it will bring all those styles onto this page, and then it will manipulate. The browser will read the stylings, the rule sets, and it will manipulate the layout accordingly. Now let's do that. So we have got the href attribute. Now we need to use the file path. Let's close all of this. We don't need them right now. Let's find where we have placed our CSS file relative to this HTML file. So I have placed my ones inside this directory number 3, and inside this directory number 3 you'll see that I've got the index.html page. Now on this left hand corner, this index.html page is the same one as this page that we're working on, and you can tell that by looking at the page name at the that's placed on the tab. So this tab is telling me that this file has got the name index.html along with the folder name, with the containing folder name. So inside this containing folder we have an additional folder called CSS. So what we're going to do, because this CSS folder is relatively at the same level of this index.html page, so we'll call this CSS folder first, and then you see the folder is appearing because it's at the same level of the index.html. It's not nested, or it's not included inside this CSS folder. So if it was included, you would see something, the format would be something like this. So we need to bring in the functionality, and you see my ID automatically identifies the main.css style sheet. So we are done doing it, and let's save all of our work. Now we can refresh the page, and you see when you refresh the page, you can do that on your ID, or you can go back to your Mozilla Firefox and refresh the page, and you'll see that we have got, and if you click on this body element, you'll see the style is appearing on the right hand side for this styles section. So what we have applied a background color that is black, but we haven't applied any sort of styling for our paragraph tags. So in order to provide any sort of styling for our paragraph tags, let's add another rule. So this time let's add color and let's call it white. Let's save this and let's get back to our browser. I think we'll have to use the paragraph tag. Okay, so because this first paragraph is nested inside this body element, so we need to reference that paragraph using the body element. We can even include classes and IDs. Now let's actually discuss let's understand how this structure is working. So this entire thing is known as a rule set in CSS. So when you see a body, this is the element that we are calling from our HTML page. You can see that the HTML tags have an opening angle bracket, and at the end it has got the closing angle bracket. So in between the angle bracket we have the tag name. So we're calling the body using the tag name. We are not including any sort of angle brackets. So whenever you place this body tag name, you're telling your style sheet to do something with it. So your rule sets, this is known as the property, and this is followed by a semicolon, and the semicolon is followed by a value for this property. So just by looking at the name of this property, you can tell what this property is going to do on our web page. It's going to add a background color that is black. So this entire thing is known as a declaration, or it's also known as a rule. So if you add more rules to your inside this curly braces, then you will have a declaration block. So this entire thing is known as a declaration, and it's also known as a rule, a single rule. But this name is a command that's being passed to the browser, and it's telling the browser what to do. It's telling the browser in this context to add a background color to our page. So this body element is responsible for printing out all your layout and the content. So this is the content, and because by default our web page our browser will provide, if you highlight this section, you'll see that our web page is actually providing a color of black for our content, and for our links it's providing a default color of blue, and if you click them, if they're clicked, then the color will change to purple.